Hey everybody, welcome back to Joyful Finding Show with me as your host. I'm glad you could join me today on March 4th, 2020. A lot of exciting things are going on. Spring has sprung in many places. You know how I know this? Because people on my Facebook are starting to show me pictures of crocuses. We don't have those here in Florida, so I admire those who get to show me those. And I'm like, woo, spring. I remember how exciting spring was when I lived up north, after the long winter, waking up, you know what I mean? Being able to get outside, being able to, really, for me, it was like really waking up, right? Because summertime is my time of year. That's my happy time. That's why I chose Florida to live in, because it's summer all the time. But spring, right? Spring is important for all of us. It brings regrowth. Everything that's been dormant is coming back to life. It's new beginnings, right? Spring is always about new, because there's new blossoms, there's new adventures, there's new everything. So I'm excited just to know what you guys are creating for yourselves this year, because you guys are in control. We're giving all the control back to each individual, and you guys are creating your own destinies, your own love, your own joy, your own everything. So I'm excited that you guys could be here today and share this hour with me. And if you guys have any questions, make sure to drop them in the comment box and I will get to them. There's always a lot for me to share when I'm talking to you, because about spring, it's about illumination. There's a lot of things going on. We have to let go of the stress still. We have to create the joy that we want to have in our lives. And you see that doing this is like, these things are important. So it's like, chop, people, we got things to do. And it's all good, okay? Because also I sent out my monthly email today, and I called it March Madness, right? Because there's a lot of maddening things probably going on out there for either us individually, as a collective, or whatever may be happening out there. We are the calm in the storm, people. We are, you are, me, you, everybody that's listening, tapping in now. You are the calm in the storm, because you are creating outside of the box. You are creating your reality. You are creating everything that you desire to have in your life, and not holding on to anything that may be fear-based and holding you back, right? Because fear holds us back, right? And I've just run into this over the years as I've learned to conquer my own fears, because we all have them, right? We're all human. So as we learn to conquer those fears and get over what might happen if this happens or whatever, let that go. It's like we are creating now. So keep that vision of everything being happy, being joyful, being exactly what you want it to be, and it's going to be that way. You have to start trusting yourself too. This is something that's come up this week, and trusting yourself. My students and their abilities are coming on full force. Woo! I'm excited for them, because they're starting to really trust themselves. Believe that first thought that comes into your mind, not the 10 others that come after it, because that could be fear trying to catch up to the first thought, and strangling it and drowning it or whatever. But no, they want you to start trusting in yourself. So I feel like this is important, because this is about our soul center, right? And the more crystalline we are, right, the more we are our soul self, the less the human stuff bothers us, if this makes sense. So I hope this is making sense for some of you out there today, because I never know what I'm going to talk about when I start my show. I just know that what I'm going to say is going to be important, because all my information is channeled. Melissa kind of steps aside and lets this happen for you all. She does kind of give some opinions on occasion. We do share that space with her, but it is mostly us coming from the other side, giving you the messages about moving forward, giving yourself more love, sharing the love with everybody. One of the first things that we shared today, today is March 4th, right? And someone on my Facebook page posted March 4th, you know what I mean? And then go forth, right? So it's March 4th. Where are you marching forth to? Where are you going? Where do you want to go? Today is your day to decide where you want to go. So it's very important. And this is springtime, right? So all those seeds you've been planting, maybe through winter time, and maybe even last fall, and maybe even last spring, maybe you missed the season or whatever. It doesn't matter. Everything happens in divine time. You never miss out on anything. So all those seeds that you've been planting now are coming to fruition. They're starting to grow. They're starting to come up out of the dirt. So I see lots of growth happening, and I see lots of growth happening for each one of you, whether you see it in yourselves or not. You may not recognize it yet. It may take you a week or so to go, oh yeah, I'm not where I was a week ago. But you're starting to recognize that more for yourself. So that's very exciting. Let's see. What do they want to share with you guys this week? They're like, let's see. Lots of things going on. Okay, I need to talk about some of the things that have been going on in my life, right? Because I send out love to everything and everyone, right? So I stand in that love vibration all the time. And it's funny because I tapped into this, I think it might have been yesterday's reading. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, Tiffany. But it might be from yesterday's reading where I'm all this love and fuzzy and all that stuff. And that's what I try to create all the time, right? That love, fuzzy stuff, and create that out all the time. Because that's who I am. I'm the love vibration. And when we connect to our higher self, we stay in that love vibration and we create more of that love vibration in our human body all the time and bringing balance. I feel like that's important, bringing that balance of heaven and earth, right? Just like in my past shows where the egrets have been showing up and like every day in my life since then. Fuzzy truth, not fluffy non-truth. Okay, yeah, I love that. See, you remember better than I do. I knew it was something. So I'm fuzzy truth, not fluffy non-truth. I love that. So it's like with everything that's starting to shift and change for us, right? And all the things that we're starting to create, we're letting go of all those fears that we've had going on. And we're starting to go on this new roll, right? Because we're starting to create this new stuff. So those seeds that you may have planted last year, or even just maybe you just started new seeds just recently, just know that everything that you're planning and everything that you have going on is going to start to unfold for you. Okay, they keep showing me like the stepping stones just popping up in front of you exactly when you need it. So just know that you're being supported by all your other people on the other side. I like to call them your spirit posse sometimes, because when I look behind people, I just see rows and rows and rows of people. So remember to ask them for help too. They're always there for your assistance. They're not here to direct you, but they're here to assist you if you ask, but you have to remember to ask. And even I forget to ask sometimes. So this is not something that just, you guys are forgetting. I forget to ask sometimes too. I'm like, hey, I could use a little help with that. So don't be afraid to ask. So that's a lot of fun stuff. Let's see what else they have going on. So let's see. March is going to be, I feel like there's this really big thing going to happen in March. Okay. I can't put my finger on it, what it is yet, but energetically, this is going to bring a lot more truth to the surface. I also feel like this is going to help illuminate that growth for us light workers. I feel like we're all going to be jumping leaps and bounds. And each and every one of you are a light worker, whether you know it or not. We just all are. We all have light inside of us. Now we just have to learn how to work it, right? It's like turn that knob up, woo, and make it loud and make it truthful, right? Because standing in our truth is very important, right? So I also posted this thing about authenticity today, about standing in your authentic self. And your authentic self today might not be your authentic self next week and was not your authentic self last week. So you are constantly in this motion of change is what they keep showing me. Because it's like we're still uncovering who our authentic self is, right? So think about it. All through this lifetime, no matter how old you are, you've had somebody or some people or whatever influences in your life telling you should know this, be this, do whatever it might be. And you've done those things, but now you're starting to recognize those things don't resonate with inside you. So you're starting to drop those things, right? And as you drop those things, you start to stand in more of your authentic self. And your authentic self can change, right? It really can. Because it's funny, when I first started letting my hair grow out and become this, salt and pepper thing that's going on now, I used to dye my hair red all the time. And I love myself as a redhead, right? I just always did. I had red highlights in my hair as younger, so I just wanted it all red. But every time that I would color my hair, it's so funny. Like these little hairs right here, the very next day would be white. It wouldn't matter if, I did my hair or if someone else did my hair, the next day those suckers would be white. I'm like, all right, the universe is trying to tell me that I can't even keep this for a day. So for me, giving up the hair color was part of my authentic self and allowing myself to stand in this, right? Because I'm still under 50 years old. Most people don't let their hair do this. But for me, it's my authentic self. And if you still color your hair, that's fine. That's part of your authentic self. I'm not saying just because what I do is your authentic self or your truth, right? It's all about you uncovering what your truth is. And this was part of it for me. And that helped uncover other things for me. So whatever you're trying to uncover about your authentic self, just know that it's going to uncover itself for you as you start to recognize the things that are happening in your life or just, whatever happens. They keep showing me lots of different things. But lots of new truth, I feel like, is going to be coming to the surface this month. I feel like there's going to be a lots of exposure because, when we plant seeds, right, we always have to till the ground first, right? We have to get the rototiller out and we have to churn up the ground. We can't just go plant it in, hard compacted dirt, even though it will still grow that way. But if we're trying to grow this beautiful field of our stuff, we have to till it. So I feel like there's a lot of tilling going on right now. So there's a lot of churning. There's a lot of turning over stuff. And you'll probably see that in your lives around you in things that are going on, whether it's in the news arena, your personal life, anywhere. You'll see that this stuff is being churned up. And this is good. This is going to be for new growth. This is for illumination. This is for our new earth. There's so many different things and so many different levels that you can see things. Yeah, and there's some I wish I could talk to you guys about, but I still don't understand it 100%, so I'm not even sure how to talk about it. But I'm sure there's someone out there that can relate with me about some of the things that are taking place. Are they real? Are they not real? If you guys have any thoughts or comments or questions about those, I'd love to hear them. But it's like, what is going on out there, right? Because there's a lot of chaos going on out there right now, especially with this virus going on. So I just say, you guys, stand in your light, prepare, but don't over prepare, okay? Because I went into my grocery store the other day and like all the Clorox wipes were gone, lighters were gone. There was all these things like, haven't you guys been washing your hands all along? Haven't you guys been, gathering some of these things all along anyways, just to have as spares or whatever? But they instilled a lot of fear in us. I just want you to not have a lot of fear towards any of that. Just stand in your power. Just do what you need to do to take care of yourself. Your immune system is most important. So keep your immune system up. Get out in the sun. Sun is important. Get out in nature. Stand in nature. This is also important. But, you don't have to get all crazy, okay? Just be calm, right? Who's the calm in the storm, right? Because I was shocked to see all that. I was like kind of really shocked. I was like, where did everything go? Why are they doing this? I was like in a whole different like parallel lie let's talk about that for a minute. Parallel lives or different timelines. Okay. This has been coming up a lot this week too, right? Because maybe me going in and seeing that all empty, someone else sees it as all full. I'm just wondering about that because I'm going to talk about a story that one of my clients told the other day. She went to this theater last weekend and when she walked in, she's very observant, so she notices everything. And then when she walked back out, she was like, where did all these beads come from on the ceilings? And she asked the gentleman there, and he's like, oh, they've been there for months. And she's like, they were not here when we came in. So I'm running into a lot of clients that are having that go on right now. I'm like, it's all good. It's all good. The second timeline was better when you came out, right? Because it was prettier. It was joyfuler. So just notice the similarities and the differences that are going on in your life to see if you can actually see if you're jumping timelines too. Because I feel like we're doing that a little bit until we get into that one timeline that we truly want to be in. Okay, we're all trying to converge into that one timeline, that one most beneficial, loving timeline, if that makes sense to anybody. See, I told you I was going to talk about some stuff. We don't know. We're still human, right? So it's hard for us to comprehend some of that. And sometimes when we talk our stuff to other people, they don't get it. But sooner or later they are, and they're going to go, oh, you were right all along. So start talking your truth about all the spiritual stuff, metaphysical stuff that you're learning so that you can also help those around you too. Okay. I feel like that's important. We have to start talking our truth. It's most important too. And they're making me change up the energy. So you guys really need to start talking your truth. If you haven't done it yet, don't bite your tongue anymore. Just say what you need to say. And they're going to do it again. So that's so funny. So what else is shaking in your guys' world? What do you guys want to happen in March for you? What is online for you? It's like, what are you creating for yourselves? What are you wanting to create for yourselves that you're not creating yet? Let's see, what else do they want to share? Because they want me to get my pad of paper. I feel like I'll be drawing something here today. Sorry, as I knock you guys out. Let's see. So I'm excited. I'm excited that you guys are showing up. I'm excited that you guys are here. I know that I touch a lot of lives. So whether it's here or people in person, so our love vibration, every time that we connect, they're showing me this too. So every time we connect, even if it's only in a mental thought, if you think back to something I said in a prior show, that's still that connection. We're starting we're making all these beautiful connections, and we're redoing The grid work. I think I talked about this last week too, because there's lots of grid work going on. I see lots of people that are going to be traveling this year, working on the grid. So wherever you're being called to, there's a reason. You may not understand what the reason is while you're doing it, but you may recognize it now that you're kind of open to there might be a reason. And so many different layers, and so many layers that we can't even see and comprehend sometimes. Sometimes someone will ask me a question and I'll see it as like, yeah, I can see it as this part, but then I can also see it as 3 other things going on if you look into things deep enough. So they're wanting you to really start to recognize and really stand in that vibration of understanding that you have all the answers inside of you. You have to go dive deep. They're saying dive deep again, dive deep inside, start recognizing what your truth is, start standing in that truth. Do not let anyone take that light away from you. You are illuminated. One of the things they said the other day is you are in control. I think that's what I said in my email. If you guys are on my email list, it's like you guys have been given back control now. There's no one that's controlling you, because I always see it as like puppets and a puppeteer sometimes, you know what I mean? And I see the little strings going up and down, you know, moving the people around, you know what I mean? And we've cut all those puppet strings and now we take that power back. So that's about cord cutting and stuff like that. So you guys have been working at that. I feel like there's been a lot of work done on that, cutting cords from people, places, and things. Also past lives. If you guys feel like you're still connected to any past lives too, release. Stand in this life and just allow that to unfold for you. And ooh, that weighs heavily on somebody's heart chakra when I said that. So let that go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Kind of like that Frozen show, right? Let it go. Or that song. But they're wanting you to let that go, because it's time for you to stand in that full power, that full energy, that full joy, that full. They keep wanting you to be full of that happiness, and all that things that you desire, because it's time for you to have that. You've been waiting a very long time, whether you're 13, 33, 103, it doesn't matter. You've been waiting a long time. You've gone through a long journey of everything that you've had to learn to accumulate everything that you know now. And you're able to better put those pieces of the puzzle together to better bring you great joy, right? Because now you understand what you like and what you don't like. So, woo, exciting. I'm excited. So I hope you guys are excited too. So hi, everybody that's logged in over there. Let's see if I can see what your names are, and I'll say hi to everybody. Let's see. I see. Hi, Emily, Rosemary, Lenka. Lenka, you're at work. Jasmine, and me. I'm here. Well, thank you guys for tapping in today. I'm so happy you guys could be here. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them in the box. I'd be happy to answer them for you. But you guys just connecting in with the energy today is most meaningful, really. The answers are secondary, or the questions are secondary. It's the energy that we are providing for Earth and Mother Earth as we start to change and create new in our lives. Oh, now I know why I felt that in my heart chakra. Okay, so anyways, we'll carry on. So we are carrying on. So moving forward, we are creating all that joy and happiness we want in our lives. And instead of it being this uphill battle, like it has been like our lives, right? It's feel like this, like we're always trying to like go uphill in the middle of winter or whatever. It's like we're struggling. The struggling really can be over as long as you believe it's over. You are the master creator of what you're creating in your life. So make everything easy for you. That's what I'm doing now. I'm like, oh, that's going to be easy. That's going to be easy too. And that's going to be easy too. So make it easy for yourself. That's going to be the most beneficial to you if you start making your life easier for you. Just like I know there's a lot of people that are creating new stuff. And also in my email today, I also mentioned about breaking out old things that you haven't done in a long time, whether you're into art, writing, any kind of expression of yourself. They really want you to start expressing yourself. And also, it's very important that we start sharing our stories. Everything that's ever happened to us is okay to share. We share that out of guilt. We don't share out of a lot of different reasons. But I'm getting now that once we start clearing up the old stuff, right? If we're holding on to that old stuff still, if we start sharing those stories, we actually help other people release those stories for themselves also. So start releasing some of those old stories, old patterns. They're like, I feel like through the month of March, because I feel like spring cleaning is still going on, right? I'm still doing it in my house. It feels like it's a 3-month project, but I feel like I'm going through things and then going through it again. So you guys may be doing the same thing. But that's with people, places, and things. We're dropping everything that has negativity, energy attached to it that we don't need in our lives. And stop saying yes to things that make make you feel negative too. Stop saying yes to things just to be the yes person. So it's all good. We all had lessons to learn while we're here, and we are learning them with flying colors. Some of us are struggling a little bit, and I don't mean us that are watching, but maybe some of the people around us are struggling a little bit more than us because they're not making better choices for themselves. So just put it back in their lap. What kind of choice are you going to make for yourself now? I do that to a lot of my clients now. I'm like, all right, so that's the choice you've been making. So what kind of choice would you like to make now? It's important that you think about that, and you think about that from your heart center, because I feel like that's going to be most important, so that you're going to where your heart is, to where your soul self is. This human part, it gets in the way a lot of times because we think we're doing something right, but it was something that was learned that wasn't right for us. So I'm finding that a lot of people are having a hard time with that too. Some of the things that we've been taught were not true. So, it's part of the exposure. It's part of the new earth. It's part of the 3D going down. It's part of the 5D earth that we want to be a part of, that we want to join into, right? We all want to dive deep into that 5D and get out of this struggle of that lower density of 3D fear and stuff. I'm just going to call it stuff. I'm just going to call it stuff because that's the best thing to call it. So what else is shaking in your world? Because I feel like there's going to be some new stuff happening, like new things that you guys are creating, new thoughts. You guys are really starting to get outside of your comfort zones and out of your boxes. I love this. So rock on, people, make it happen. I'm like, they're showing me giving you guys the steering wheel again, which is so funny. So I'm giving you the little steering wheel to your little, which is funny that I'm giving you transportation. So you can go wherever you want to. I'm giving you a car. I'm giving you an imaginary car that is your vehicle that is going to take you everywhere that you go. Hello, Sarah. Thanks for joining us today. Glad you could be here. I'm glad that all of you could be here because the energy is like so much fun. And March is fun anyways because it's my birth month, right? So actually in 27 days. 27 days, 3. See, it's almost my birthday now. If there was a 0 in the second part of this number. So, oh no, today's the 4th. Okay, there's the memory going again. Bing. That's so funny. Today is not the 3rd. Today is the 4th. So if you guys are having this problem where you're not remembering the days and stuff, you're not alone. You are not alone. This is happening to all of us. So that's so funny. So actually my birthday's in 26 days. Good thing I can still do math. Thank God I have help because I would totally forget. But March is going to be a magical month. I called it March Madness because there's a lot of things going on. And, it's still a little winter. It's still a little spring. It still doesn't know what it wants to do in March. Because I can remember living up north and having a blizzard on March 30th and there was like 3 feet of snow or something. So I don't miss that at all. So you guys that are still dealing with cold and snow, warm up a little bit. I enjoy summer year round. So, and also that too, right? So when I was growing up, I thought I would always live near my family where they grew up, because that's what I had learned. But let me tell you, when I came to visit Florida for a month back in 1994, I'm like, I can live here. And by that following year, I was living here because it felt like home to me. That was the second place that felt like home besides where I had been brought up. So, I feel like some of you guys are going to be moving this year too. So maybe you don't really like where you're living right now. And maybe it's time for you to move. And it could just be to another house in the same town, or it could be a whole different state. It could be a whole different country. I feel like there's going to be some movement this year. People are going to get fed up with where they're at and they're ready to move. They're ready to do some stuff. Let's see. They're just so excited that you guys are here. Oh, I'll tell you guys some stuff. So on March 20th, I'll be at the Crystal Cave here in Sarasota. We'll be having a psychic fair at night there for the spring equinox. So bring in spring with us fully over there. If you're in the Sarasota area, that would be a lot of fun. And then on April 4th at the Center of Metaphysical Fellowship, also here in Sarasota, I will be channeling with 2 other channelers, and there will be a sound bowl healing. It's like a retreat day of information and channeling and bowls and tones. So it'll be a fantastic day on April 4th. So if you guys want to see that, I'll have it up on my website later. Or if you're on my Facebook, you can check it out there too. So that'll be a lot of fun. It's funny when you get together with different channelers, the information, I'll be like full of questions. I always have lots of questions for other people that can channel too. I'm like, hey, what can you tell me about this and that? That's awesome. And Lenka, thank you for joining. I'm glad you learned how to use the chat box this week. That's awesome. I see you. She was having problems last week on her thing. Okay. Oh, hi, Britt. Okay, so on YouTube, Britt is there. Hi, Melissa. I hope you're right about that movement. I'm ready for a new adventure. Brittany, are you guys ready to move to Florida? Are you guys finally ready? It's about the movement. Your body's telling you, the energy and your body are telling you that it's time. And I'm not saying it's Florida. I just know Britt, so I'm kidding with her a little bit. Little joke there. But it is time for a move. And I feel like you're ready to start exploring that a little bit more because you guys are ready. You guys are ready. You and your woman are totally ready. So it's time for you guys to just ready. Make it happen, lady. Make it happen. You're good. Let's see. Laura says, hi, doll. Hi, Laura. Glad you could join us today, too. And Linnell is also watching from YouTube. Hi, Linnell. Yay. I'm so glad you guys can join me from here and YouTube. I'm so excited. Ooh, okay. Britt says she's coming down March 17th and 24th. Well, let's get together while you're here. That's not too far away. So let's get together and have a little chit chat. And Emily says, hi, I'm here too. Hi. All right. All right. See you at the cave on the 20th. Okay, that's awesome. See us there. That'll be awesome. Feel like a little reunion. I can stop and see you around here too. It's all good. But everything's all good. So I'm glad that you guys are popping in. I'm glad that you guys are adding your energy to the conversation. This brings me great joy. Woo woo. I'm so happy. So great for you guys to be here, enjoying that energy. And you guys are going to be moving. Okay. And I feel like this goes for everybody. You know what I mean? So maybe you've been in that house and maybe you just need to move furniture around, right? I got this beautiful lady in my life who's becoming a feng shui, certified feng shui practitioner, or whatever, master. I'm not sure how they do all that. But she's given me some clues on things on how to change the energy in my house. So that may be something people want to look into too. You never know, because maybe it's not the energy of moving, but the energy of the things that are in your house. And Britt says, I feng shui too. Nice. Or you do, Brittany or Tiffany. I'm not sure which one I'm talking to. Tiffany says I feng shui. Okay, Tiffany feng shuis too. See, I don't know who I'm talking to. You guys know. You guys know who you are. Yeah, so do a little feng shui. Maybe you need to find out, what energy is not working in your house or, allowing your chi to move around, because we are energy people. So if there's things in our house, that's why I say the spring cleaning is very important. And this is also important if you guys are getting ready to move. If you guys are getting ready to move, start clearing your stuff out now so you don't move things that don't need to be moved. Lighten the load, lighten it up. Lenka says, do you see me traveling outside of Florida? Yes, I do, dear. I do see you traveling outside of Florida. It's kind of funny, but have you thought about going home? All of a sudden, I see you going way over the pond there. So maybe you want to go home. But I also see a shorter trip, southern United States somewhere. So yeah, I do see travel coming up for you this year. And funny, I do feel like, Lenka, this is so funny. Have you been thinking about going home just for a short trip? I know it's a long flight out there and stuff, but I feel like all of a sudden you've been wanting to go home just to say hey and check in and then bounce out. Actually, I think it's not that you've been thinking about it. Energetically, you have to go here. Energy has to go where it needs to go, right? And we can't stop it. So energy is on the move, people. And your energy is on the move, whether you know it or not. Woo, that would be a blast. Then you need to do it, girl. It's time for you to set up your trip. So it's time for Emily says, I love your energy. I'm really considering a new career path, but I'm terrified of change and losing stability, and I have no idea what's next. You and everybody else, Emily, have no fear. The universe is supporting you no matter what career path you're going to decide now. Just like the universe is supporting me in my career path. I have no idea what I'm doing next. I'm going like this. This is pretty much how we're all moving forward. We have to trust this. And if you fear the instability will hold you back. So they want you to let that go. They just want you to let that go. Okay, so don't hold on to that. You just need to know that you are being supported by everybody on the other side. Look, I even have goosebumps right now as I tell you this. So, Emily, you have a lot more support in this behind your back or on the back scene than you have any idea. So do not be terrified of losing this stability or the change of it, okay? Because what happens if you step into that power, you let go of that, and then you create all this other financial stuff that you would like even more, and creates even more stability than you had before. It creates more abundance than you had before. Because right now I feel like you're in, you're not really in thriving mode. You're kind of like in still surviving mode. So it's still like in that, you know, I'm secure, I'm stable, but I'm not like, woo! I'm like, I can plan all these vacations or whatever. And see, they're going to change the energy up as I say that. So it's like, all right, so you're agreeing, surviving mode. Well, that's not where we're supposed to be. We're not supposed to be in surviving mode. We are supposed to be in thriving mode, okay? So your surviving mode is your stability. Just think about that for a minute. Your stability is surviving. I've been there. I'm still there, kind of there, but I'm starting to thrive because I'm believing in that more. So they want you to let go of that survival mode and see yourself as thriving. Everything flows to you exactly as it needs to. Okay, they're just saying you have to believe. You have to believe that this is going to unfold for you. And also following your path is also about finding what your joy is. Yoo-hoo! Lanka votes on thriving mode too. And I'll get back to that other question in a second. But it's also about believing that you can make this happen, right? Because that fear is the not believing. You don't believe that it can happen. That's why fear pops up in front of us and goes, nope, sorry, we're going to block that. It's all dark. It's fuzzy. We're not going to show you any clarity. And we're like, okay, even though I don't have clarity, I'm still going to trust that and I'm going to believe in that. And that's how you're going to make it happen. So I feel like you are going to make a lot of changes in the next few weeks because with this full moon that's coming up this weekend or on Monday, whenever it is, I feel like it's pretty close. When that happens, it's kind of like, I feel like everyone kind of illuminates even more, which is woo. I feel like there's going to be this expansion. And that's so funny because we're all ready to expand more, right? And we're all ready to be thriving. And that's what we're creating when I say that you are the master creators of your life now. You are in that mode of creating that thrive, but you have to do it here and here. They have to jive together. Okay. They have to be on the same page. So I can't wait to see what you do with that, Emily. That's awesome. And Lenka said, dear universe, I will need the money with a little wink. Lenka, you'll have the money. Wink is what you got back. So that's so funny. You're welcome, Emily. So universe is supplying everything that you need. You just have to remember that. And you don't need to have a certain number is what they're saying. Just believe that it'll all be taken care of. Like, you know, it will, Lenka. That's why they're like the wink. So woohoo is right. There's going to be a lot of quick changes that happen through springtime, okay? And as long as you guys stay in that positive thought and remember that you are very powerful beings and the creators of your life, these things are going to happen very quickly. And you're not going to be the same person you are today when you come on my show 3 months from now and say, oh my God, this and all this happened. Oh, absolutely, Laura. There's all kinds of time for you, honey. I'll go to you next. Laura says, I'd love a message if there's time. We still have 34 minutes, so I think we have time. Let's see, Miss Laura. And Laura. Let me see, my darling. Okay. All right. I just want to make sure that Laura also has a show on Tuesdays at 11 a.m. on the same show, on the same producer, on Goldylocks. So tap into her show. I've been tapping in a lot. I call in on Tuesdays and I'm like, all right, what do you guys got for me today? And they're coming through as great messages. I love the ones I got yesterday. So thank you, Laura. So yeah, more messages for you. There's going to be more people that are going to be contacting you for outside information. There's going to be a lot more clients. I feel like the client list is building for you. But it's also like you stepping outside of your boundaries. They're showing me you stepping outside of your, again, you might have a comfort zone too. They're showing me you kind of like picking up and floating out of it, which is kind of cool. So I'm excited to see what that does for you. Also, movement for you too. I know you personally, so I know you want to move. Ooh, what kind of bird is joining us? Oh, I don't know. It sounded kind of hawky. It sounded like our hawk, but there is one out there. But it's like, I feel like there's a move for you. And I feel like it's coming a lot faster than you thought it was, because it's time for your energy to bebop around. Like, I feel like there's going to be some movement. So I feel like you're going to be doing some traveling this year too, Laura. And this is going to be like in the spiritual realm. So I feel like you're going to get involved with different groups that you can go in contact with, or different retreats of some sort. I feel like there's some kind of new connection going on for you with that, which I think is going to be fantastic. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, and also you have new guides that are showing up, because I feel like you've just jumped to level 2. I feel like your visions are also getting stronger, is what they just showed me, because they just showed me like this total pop out of my third eye. It's like the champagne bottle. Pow! So it's like, and you know, it's all there. You got it. It's like you're always connected. Don't turn it off. Don't turn it on. Turn the volume up. Whoa, I feel like you're vibrating now. So I hope that was helpful to you, Laura. I hope. And Linnell did ask, what kind of bird is joining us? I know, because I sit outside, so you're able to hear that. And I'm pretty sure that was the hawk that was joining us. And hawk is a messenger. So he's bringing messages to you, Linnell, that you need to fly a little higher. And they're wanting you to, they're showing me wingspan. So spread your wings. Don't be afraid to spread your wings. And it's time for you to glide a little bit. Stop working so hard and just glide. They, you know, because I watch them and they circle a lot of times. You know what I mean? So circle your surroundings. Find out what's going on for you. And that was definitely a message for you to be able to spot that out while it was out there. So I hope that was going to be helpful for you, Linnell. They want you to spread your wings, circle, get a different point of view too, right? Because while they're circling around, it's like, what's going on down there? What's going on down in the earth stuff? Beautiful. Thank you, Laura. I'm glad you enjoyed that, Laura. Let's chat soon. I still have questions about a message you gave me like 2 weeks ago. Crazy one. But I love it. I love all the answers that I get out there, because they help me connect the dots. So I hope you guys connect that dots too. Britt is asking, anything else Spirit would like me to know at this time? Brittany. You need to start trusting yourself more with this intuition. You have been divinely guided to start using your abilities on a new level. Not just for your friends and for your family, but to step up out of your comfort zone and to actually start sharing them. Because I feel like you're using them all, but you're not sure how to incorporate them all, if that makes sense. So I feel like March is going to be a time for you to figure out what it is you do. I feel like you're getting out your little pad of paper as we speak. You know what I mean? And I feel like, so I feel like you're getting out your blank piece of paper and you're writing down all the things that you enjoy doing, right? Because there's a lot of things that you enjoy doing and you enjoy helping other people, but you're also not the corporate person, if that makes sense. So you can't have like that corporate job. You need to be free flowing. You're kind of like me. I don't fit in corporate either. So you got to be more free flowing. So it's like now it's like you are ready to start spreading your wings too. See? So it's like you're ready to start spreading your wings too. So they're showing me that this is going to help you spread those wings. And that could be the hawk giving you the message too. It's like step in your power, start using your abilities. Stop being afraid of whatever it is that you might still be afraid of. There's still like little things that pop up, but they're like not as often. So I feel like that'll clear up for you. But yeah, you're going to, she also says, love hawks. So excited to see all the Florida birds. Well, just wait, because they've been everywhere. I mean, everywhere I go, the birds are flying in. When I walked outside this morning, the ibis were out there. I've been seeing the eagles. Eagles have been showing up in my life for the last couple weeks. I found an eagle nest that I'll be keeping an eye on as I drive Christopher to school, because sometimes the birds show up. And I haven't been able to point out this one bird that I see when I take my dog out. It's still dark. I can tell he's kind of tall and he's walking down the street, but I can't tell if he's a heron. I can't tell what color he is. So he's still hiding himself from me. So I'm going to have to bring my flashlight out one morning if I remembered and try to find out what that bird is, because the birds are giving us lots of messages, right? Just like with the eagles showing up in my life, they're like, trust spirit, trust what you're seeing. Also with that eagle eye, as I share this, right? Because eagles fly the highest. They can see everything. They get a good observation point of everything that's going on. So they want you to have that too. So start paying more attention, right? Because the signs and the symbols have been popping out everywhere. It's amazing because I see them everywhere, like every day. It's like the clock. Things that flow in front of me that have the right message for me, or a name, or the right people are contacting me. It's all falling into place. So you just have to recognize it as that. So I love that. I love that. Let's see if I missed anything. What kind did that? Oh, I got you all so far. So if there's any more questions, feel free to pop them over there in that little box over there and chat with me. I appreciate you guys really adding your energy today, because there's a lot of energy going on out there. I'm sure you guys can feel it. As you can see, I can't sit still since I keep rocking myself back and forth. The energy is very strong. It's here to help us. Let's talk about that too, because that's still happening. Who wants to go to bed? Who needs a nap? It's still happening for me. I talked about this last week and it's still going on now. So it's like, if you need to go to bed early, go to bed early. Our bodies need to go to sleep for these codes and these downloads that we need to upgrade us, right? Because our DNA keeps getting upgraded every day. We can't do it all at once. Or it'd be like a power surge type of thing. So you need to just go to bed, okay? One night I was in bed by 7:30. I'm like, I just can't keep my eyes open anymore. I'm trying to. I'm like, all right, I'm just going to bed. It's way early, but I'm going to bed. And I slept through the whole night. So my body needed that sleep, but I also needed to get those codes and stuff, right? So it's like those downloads. We need those. They're upgrading us. We're ready to start moving forward. We're ready to start. And that's the whole thing. It's like, what were we saying the other day? The storm is here, right? The storm is here. And we've been preparing for this. I have goosebumps as I tell you this. Britt Berlin, thanks, Melissa. That was really resonated. Great. I'm glad it did. And I fell asleep at the computer at the cat nap. See, even Tiffany is having it happen too. So it's like we have to take naps. It doesn't matter. It's okay. Our body just has to shut down. And even last Friday, Last Friday, it was a do nothing day for me. I took the kids to school. I laid around. I took a nice bath while they were at school. I just did some self-care. I didn't take a nap, but I just rested. My body just needed to not do anything. I didn't answer any emails. I didn't answer my phone. I didn't do anything on Friday. I was just like, I needed to just be by myself. And sometimes that's okay too. So allow yourself to do that if you need to, right? Because we're human sometimes and we always think we have to do. But it doesn't matter. I ask my spirits and guides all the time, I'm like, should I be doing something today? And they're like, if you want to, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so let's see what's going on now. So Lenka says, so anything joyful for me in March, I should look forward to. Aw, Lenka, you should look forward to every day. Or joyful. You want something that's going to be joyful. Okay, so let's see. Ooh, she's asking for something joyful in March. Let's kind of get into Lenka's energy. Many fun things are going to take place for you. And it's so funny because they just shot me down like this corridor, which is so funny to get in your energy that time. So I don't know what you're doing. So it's like, you know what I mean? It's like the best way for me to describe it is I was going down this hallway. It almost reminds me of a maze. Okay. Like, a maze, you're trying to get out of the maze, it's all blocked up or whatever, and you're trying to get out. And it's like they're shooting you through it really fast, which also reminds me of a trip I took in meditation. But it's like you're going to get wherever it is that you really want to fast. And part of the joy is when you start selling some of your products that you've made. which I actually wanted today. I wanted to like showcase my people's stuff, which I might do next week. So bring some Monday. So it's like, I feel like you're going to start selling some of your stuff so that it goes out there and start touching more people. So I feel like that's going to be part of the joy that you have going on in your life. And also there's going to be like new friends. I feel like you're meeting new friends and creating new outlets for yourself. So that feels fun too. And of course I look down at the clock and it says 1:44, Lenka. Lenka's one of the people that I share the numbers with all the time because we'll be like on the same page. We are in sync a lot of times, which is kind of funny. And you guys might have friends that you're like this with too, that you're in sync with, and you're like keep meeting up at the same time. You know what I mean? Or you call and the text is at that time, or they see your text and it was at this time, you know, and I always recognize it. I'm like, hey, you know, you sent me that at 3:33 or whatever. And I go, so that was very significant. So pay attention. This is what I mean about paying attention. Sometimes I feel like I'm super observant and I pay attention to too much, but you can never be too observant. They want you to pay attention to everything. It's very important. This is very important that you guys do that. And Sue and Grata said, that's me, laugh out so tired. So allow yourself to sleep, Sarah. Allow yourself to sleep. Allow yourself to take those naps. Allow yourself to take that downtime if that's what you need, because our bodies need this. Our bodies need this. Our souls need this, right? Because even when the numbers start flying at us, those are codes, right? And just imagine the codes we're getting while we're sleeping and while we're dreaming, right? Because some of you guys have some wild and crazy dreams out there, which is cool. Dream diaries, start keeping dream diaries so you can start keeping track of them and what they and how they make sense for you. I feel like that's important too. I'm so excited you guys are here. The energy is like rocking right now. I feel like I want to giggle from the inside out. So I hope you guys are feeling that too. Let's see. Britt says, let's get together, Lenka and Melissa. We'll have to plan something. Hey, girl, I still teach Monday nights. I still just do it at home now. So just contact me when you get here. I'll tell you where it's at. And we can all get together. That would be awesome. And then we can test some of your abilities too, because my students love to learn on each other. Joyful Findings is a class. That's how I ended up with this show. I started a class, you know, over 2 years ago called Joyful Findings. Because when I found joy in using my abilities, and I wanted others to start finding their joy too. So it's like, woo, a lot of that stuff too. And even if you can't make it to a Monday night, Britt, we can definitely get together for sure. Oh, that's funny. That is funny. That's funny. You guys are cracking me up. Okay. So Sarah says, could I get a message, please? Yes, you may, Sarah. Let's see what I get for you. Ooh. All right. All right, Sarah. I feel like you are lightening the load. The first thing I got was a lot lighter energy. I feel like you are lightening the load. So whatever you are releasing is really good for you. It's time for you to get rid of it. I also feel like it's time for you to stand in your truth and start talking your truth a little more, even to yourselves, yourself and to others. I feel like this is important too. But they also feel this, I feel this lightness in your forehead and in your third eye and in your crown. So I feel like you're becoming more connected to your higher self. I feel like you feel a little flighty sometimes. This could be why you need to nap too. They want to remind you to ground once in a while too. You know what I mean? They want you to ground, because I feel like I float away. I feel like I'm a little air balloon sometimes, but that's okay, because you have to recognize what's going up there as well as what's going on down here, so you can start utilizing both. Again, they're bringing me back to the whole egret that showed up a few weeks ago, probably a month or so ago, and living in both worlds, right? Living in the spirit world and living in the earth world, being able to live in both. And sometimes I have a hard time doing that. So we have to remember to ground ourselves. But I also feel like you're in for a big change coming up, Sarah. I feel like there's something new on the horizon, either a thought, a relationship. There's something new. They're not giving me a lot of information because you haven't completely made up your mind yet about what it is, because I feel like there's a little fear attached to whatever it is, because I can feel that in my heart solar plex area with that. So whatever it is, release whatever fear that is so that you can move forward and have that joy that you're looking for, because whatever the fear is that's kind of has that weight going on, just release it so you can be free, because they're showing me you being a lot more free this year. And again, they want to change up the energy. You are changing a lot, Sarah. As they're going to make me burp again, and I'm so sorry. Excuse me, people. But sometimes when the energy does this, this is very important because I'm helping her make some shifts that she's probably not even aware of. So I hope you can feel that, Sarah, because they just got that out of your way. So whatever that obstacle was now has been removed for you. They're saying that is full steam ahead for you. And also I feel like you want to move too. I don't feel like you exactly like where you live. So I feel like there's going to be movement there. It could also be with your job. I don't feel like you're 100% in love with your job either, or there's something else you want to create with that. So I feel like there's this knob turning, like there's like, and the frequency is being turned up for you too. I feel like you're starting to hear more because there's, as I turn this dial, I can start to hear it in my ears. So I feel like there's a lot of stuff going on for you with that. So just really start to pay attention to everything that's happening and the things that you're hearing, because this is loving guidance from the other side. Whew. I hope that was awesome for you. They didn't let me breathe for that one. Goldylocks says, wow, Sarah, this is awesome. She is spot on. And I'm glad I am, because I have no idea who Sarah is or whatever. So I love when I can connect in, and thank you for that validation, Tiffany. For Sarah, you must know Sarah. We all seem to tend to jump on each other's show, which is kind of cool because we support each other, and that's what we should be doing. We should be supporting each other in everything that we're doing, right? Because, and I'm getting goosebumps as I say this, because it's like I jump on my other people's shows to be supportive of them. They're jumping on my show to be supportive of me. We need to be supportive of each other, right? I even do this in the real world. If there's someone that I can't help in person, I will send them over to somebody else. I'll be like, hey, you need to go see such and such because I feel like they can help you. I feel like they can give you the message, the answers that you're looking for. That's awesome. And Sarah says, oh my goodness, thank you so much. Right on. And I definitely felt that. Phew. Yay. I love that. I love it when it happens like that. So yes, I got goosebumps now too. So we love the validation. They love that the energy is flowing through. They love that you're feeling that. So stay in that groove and allow that energy to keep flowing through you and to you. You guys are amazing souls. I don't even think you guys know how amazing each and every one of you are. So keep being your amazing selves as you keep uncovering just how amazing you are, because there's still a lot to uncover. Oop. See, Sarah, time to move again. This time to Connecticut. Giggles. I guess Goldylocks wants you to move there. Connecticut's pretty, depending on where you live now. I don't know. But anyways, you never know. That's funny. I'm glad you guys can joke with each other over there in the chat box too. That makes it a lot of fun too. Oh, she says, I'd love to live there. Well, then maybe it's time. Maybe there's a house right down the street from Goldylocks. You just never know. And I feel like there is actually a house down the street that's actually for sale right now. Linnell from YouTube would love a message. Okay, Linnell, let's see what's happening in your world. Okay. Again, I feel like you are feeling so much more joy, because I'm feeling that lightness in my forehead, in my head for you too. I feel like you're becoming lighter. I feel like you're letting go of the heavy thoughts that you've had going on in your lifetime. I feel like you are becoming more joy in every day. I feel like there is this there's this magnet that's kind of drawing you outside of your comfort zone, which is kind of funny. So it's kind of weird that I'm seeing it as a magnet, but it's like a third eye magnet. So whatever it is calling you outside of your comfort zone, you're going to start to see a lot more. I feel like there's going to be like this, they're showing me like a movie, like a little movie, and it's like the old school movie, which is kind of funny, the real movie, but they're showing me there's a movie going on up there. So I think you need to pay attention to the visions that you're having inside your head, your mind's eye, even while you're awake, because sometimes I feel like you zone out and go somewhere else. Sometimes I feel that happens to me a lot, and I'm like, hey, I wasn't even here, what'd you say? Once you come back into your body. I feel like there's going to be a lot of new openings for you too. I feel like there's a new beginning for you. I'm not even sure what it's about yet, because they're like, it's 3 steps ahead, whatever it is. So you're not quite there yet, but 3 steps could be 3 days, 3 months, 3 whatever. But I feel like it's happening very quickly for you. And this change that is also taking place for you is also bringing a little upset to your solar plex, bottom of your heart chakra. Release any ties you have to outside people, places, and things, so you can stand in your own power. And you're ready to rock and roll. I feel like I feel like we're putting you in a little rocket, and we're ready to shoot you off into space, and you're going to like explode explore and you're going to tap into your higher self. And there's going to be a lot of new beginnings for you. So I hope that was helpful for you, Linnell. And I just love the little rocket ship they put you in. They just lit the little, and there you go. So you're ready to take off, Linnell. Whether you think you are or not, there's going to be a lot of great things taking place for you in the very near future for you. Remember, 3 steps away can be very quick. Very quick. Very quick. So I'm so excited. All of you tapped in today for this beautiful energy and stuff on. Oh, Linnell, you're funny. She just says, I have my helmet on. That's good. And I feel like it's an energetic helmet. So that's going to be awesome too. So it could be anything you want it to be. So that's awesome. So yay for all of you. Yay for all of us. Lanka's laughing out there. Laugh out loud. Yes, laugh, 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 laugh. Find things to laugh about. Sometimes we get so serious about life, and we can't do that. We have to just kind of laugh some of this stuff off. We have to just kind of enjoy the day for what it is, and what we're creating it to be, because remember, you have choices. So remember to choose wisely about what it is that you truly want. And I tap into the heart chakra again. What is your soul self telling you? There's a lot of things that are going to shift and change in March. There's going to be a lot more joy coming, because those of you that are staying calm in the storm, right? Because it's going to be a stormy month a little bit. But it's also going to be, we are the calm in the storm. So remember that. Remember, it's almost like I can almost guarantee that most of you people, when there's an emergency, you all stay calm. You guys are all very calm, very cool, very collective. And the people around you might be losing it, but you're like, it's okay, take it. And now that I think back, I've always kind of been like that. I'm like, it's okay. I was like, I know it's an emergency, but it's okay. So just know that you guys are the calm in the storm. And the storm is here now. That's what my spirits and guides have told me. So we need to be calm. We need to be cool. We need to be collective. We need to have fun. We need to create that joy that we want in our lives, because we're responsible for that, and not get caught up in the chaos that's going around us. Because remember, we're always in our little bubble, in our little world. I always like to say this. And we're creating what's here. We can't create inside anyone else's bubble, but we can create everything inside of our own bubble. So I appreciate all of you, and I can't wait to see what you guys create in the month of March. Sarah says, I love how fun your energy is. Your show is such a pleasure to watch. Well, thank you. I appreciate you guys tapping in and watching. And most of that great joy and that fun energy is them. That's creating that joy, because it's like you guys have to start feeling more joy every day. So if I start talking about it and how to create that joy in your lives, then we start to create this new earth in our lives. We start to create these new lives for ourselves, this new earth that we really want to have. You know, and sending out love everywhere. One of the things that they did mention very earlier before I started my show is about love. We have to go forward with love in our hearts. So if there are still things that you are angry, mad at, hate, I know that's a strong word, but some people still use it. You need to go at that with love and get a different perspective, because that hate, that anger, whatever it is not leading you down the love vibration. So if you can see it, recognize it, and send love to it, you're going to be better off in the long run, because I see you all vibrating love woo, 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 everywhere, every which way, from your heart center, standing in your higher selves, being exactly who you need to be. And I'm excited. They're excited, because the change is happening. We are that change, people. You are that change. So we are here to change the world together. Doesn't that sound exciting? A little scary too sometimes, but we're getting over the scary part. It's like, it's all, you know, fear is just that, nothing. Don't fear fear. That was something we were taught, and now we're going to stand in that power, and we're going to create this joy that really should be happening here. So let's see, this is the first week of March, so we have a few weeks left in this month. I'm excited to see what you guys create through the month of March. And if you guys ever want to get in contact with me, hit the little button there to get on my website, and I'll give you my phone number and all that stuff to get in contact and stuff. And I appreciate each and every one of you that showed up here on Crowdcast and showed up on YouTube Live over there. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I love you from the bottom of my heart. And I truly cannot wait to get in touch with you all again next week and come up with great questions. I am so excited to find out what's going on in your lives. Britt from YouTube says, I'm excited. Thank you for showing up and spreading the love. Well, I'm glad I could be here to spread that. And Sarah says, many blessings to you and everyone. And Goldylocks says, what a great show. Thank you so much, Melissa. No, I thank all of you because this show wouldn't happen if I didn't have listeners. So I thank you guys for tapping in. We're part of our soul tribe. So we're all connecting for a reason so that we can all spread this love, light, and joy. So I will see you all next week. I love you. See ya.